Hospice. We've got Anne Mill, CEO, with us, and we've got Mel Kameen here as well. And this is something that is obviously something that's very important to charities like yourselves, isn't it? Because this is something that people can actually actively do to help you, isn't it?
It is, Christy. Yes, thanks very much for inviting us in. It's very important to talk about, but it's often something that people don't like to talk about. They kind of maybe just push it to the side, and it's one of those things that we don't necessarily always speak about. But it's really important for hospice, in particular for many charities, legacies. We have £5.5 million to raise every year to keep our services going, and legacies makes up a big part of that. Our legacy income has been down significantly. And I think this year it's been a bit of a time for reflection, hasn't it? People have got their affairs in order. They've maybe had a little bit more time to think about admin, catching up on things. So we're trying to coincide with that, get people to think about writing a will in the first place. And if they are, to possibly consider mentioning hospice in their will, because we need to raise this money to continue the services that we provide.
Absolutely, and you're right. I suppose people have had, whether they liked it or not, more time at home. But I guess part of the other problem isn't it, when it comes to wills, and I know I'm the same myself. It's not one of those things you get out on a Saturday morning and think, right, a cup of coffee, and then I'll do my will.
No, you're absolutely right. It's not. I'm a chartered accountant, and it was painful for me to do too. But, it's actually not that difficult. And what we've got a lovely legacies guide that we've produced. That's free of charge to anybody who wants it. It's just called Leaving a Legacy. It's about a 14-page booklet. We're happy to send that out in the post, pop it out in the post to anyone. Or if you go onto our website, you can download it there. It's just an overview, really, with some ideas of the steps that you need to take, some of the information you need to gather together before you approach a solicitor or a lawyer. You don't have to have a solicitor, but we do recommend you use one. If anybody wants to talk to us about it, just give us a ring at hospice. We're more than happy to. And also wanted to say, if anybody has already included hospice in their will, or they're considering leaving us a donation of any size, we'd love to have you up for a look round. Come and see the facilities at hospice and what we provide. It'd be great to have people up for a cup of tea and see our new facilities.
It almost feels like it's this sort of thing, and that we almost need to sort of normalise the conversation about this, don't we? So that people aren't, as Howard said, sort of put off talking about it or thinking about it. Because really, when we do all pop our clogs, which we're going to, obviously, it's so much better to think that you've actually got these affairs in order and that what you want to happen is going to happen.
Yeah, I think that there's two things guaranteed in life: that you're born and that you will die, and so we're a long time born, thank the Lord. But it's a case of, why not get your house in order, as it were? Why do you want to leave it to chance, leave it to others to decide? And if you're going to make a will, then we would like you to choose an organisation like hospice. Really because of the running costs, but we really need that funds and to be able to deliver the services we're delivering. But certainly, why leave your affairs to chance? I know that my husband and I, we're very reticent about these things as well, and we have to update our will, so we'll get that in order. But I think I would always say to people, if there's a choice about where you would like to leave some of your hard-earned funds in your life and your precious possessions, then, and if you want that choice to be hospice, then organise it now, really, and get yourself. You feel, most people tell me that they feel quite relaxed once they've done that, and they feel quite confident in knowing how their money is going to be managed. So that's it's very helpful for people.
And we do have Tim with us, I should say, from the Isle of Man Law Society. So he is with us for some time. So if you do want to ask any questions that are more sort of finer details about will, we'll be coming to him shortly. So 166 177 if you want to know more of the details about wills, and we will put those to Tim shortly. But there are different ways, aren't there, Anne, that you can leave a gift in your will. And this booklet does have some information in it about that. But just give us a rough idea of the different ways that you can actually leave a gift in your will.
Yeah, I mean, John Rimmer is on our board, and he's helped us put this together, really. So you can make a residuary gift, and you can make sure that, a percentage of your estate is given to hospice. There's a specific gift, and then you would decide to leave either a property or a painting, a piece of jewellery, something that's precious to you that you think that hospice would benefit from. A cash gift is a set amount that you would decide to leave hospice from your will, a named proportion, and you can leave it in trust. And and I have had to make some bids against funds that have been left in trust, and we would bid for those funds as well as other people. But if hospice is specifically mentioned, then people would want to know how you were going to use those funds, and what specific part of the organisation or service delivery. Some people, I used a trust fund recently that went to support and enhance our hospice at home, because people had decided that they would like it to be used in a community setting. So quite often people do that, and that's what we help them with.